Welcome back to Marriage or Hell No. Fellas, I got another doozy for y'all today, man. We're going to be talking about this marriage or hell no situation, man. But some of this marriage stuff is becoming blood sport. Every day you hear more and more stories about painful divorces. And I got one for you guys today. So before I get going, I always like to start out the videos by saying I want to thank everybody who's been subscribing to the channel. We've been growing like crazy. And if you guys are appreciating this content, consider hitting the like button and sharing the video. But most importantly, get at me there in the comments, because you guys' comments are just what kind of fuels this channel for me to be able to do this and help men make better decisions when we out here in this dating and marriage market. So enough waffling, but let's get into the story. And today, who are we talking about? We are talking about none other than our brother here, Tyrese. Tyrese Gibson. I mean, everybody knows Tyrese from his R&B days to Baby Boy to the Fast and the Furious situation, but then also just what he's been kind of going through dealing with some of these women that he's deciding to marry. Now, I'm not going to alleviate him of responsibility, but the reason why I'm covering this is to show you that when a woman is scorned, there is no level that she won't go to. So let's get into the story. Fast and Furious actor Tyrese Gibson is still undergoing a divorce with his estranged wife, Samantha Lee Gibson, who he believes is unreasonable with her divorce claim. So, as you guys could see, she is trying to take this man to the cleaners, and she is going to choose the path that, yes, Dr. Dre's wife, Nicole, whatever her last name is now, with the approach that she took with trying to get all of these different attorneys so that way these attorneys can benefit her. But let's keep going. According to copies of court documents, 42-year-old Tyrese recently filed a motion to dismiss attorney fees after a third attorney filed a meeting to represent Samantha as the lead attorney. Samantha reportedly feels that her movie star ex is responsible for paying for her group of attorneys to represent her in the divorce. So, like I mentioned, not one, not two, three attorneys. And as soon as I hear something like this, three attorneys, I'm thinking, you already know. But let's keep going. In her proposal, Samantha allegedly claimed that the singer threw her and the minor child out of their $4 million Buckhead mansion and then changed the locks. It was said that Tyrese eventually changed the locks on the residence in 2020 when it became clear to him that Samantha had left the residence and disappeared with a party's child. So here you have a situation where we see this all the time. Once a woman gets scorned, there is no level she would not go to. So now she's been out here trying to make herself look like a victim, right? And this is the nice part of Buckhead. So we are led to believe that Tyrese Gibson, a man who's gone out here and made millions and millions of dollars, is supposedly all of a sudden one day flipped a switch, got mad at her, kicked her and the child out of their Buckhead mansion. And this is the nice part of Buckhead. This is not the part of Buckhead that you hear about all of these types of crimes. Shout out to Tuxedo Road, if you know what I'm talking about, right? So this is what she wants us to believe, and we are seeing this with so many women, is that when they are in these marriages, and this marriage, let me be clear about this marriage was only a short-term marriage. This couple wasn't even together more than 4 years in this marriage. But when she wants to go on this campaign to make you believe that Tyrese is all of a sudden this bad person, but we absolutely not know that that's not the case. And men don't go around and be all successful like we are, and then just decide to just suddenly wake up one day and kick you out with a child. There is no way in hell Tyrese would have done something like that, but that is what she wants you to believe because she wants more money. And this is why you guys got to be careful of dealing with these types of women. I'm not going to even get into calling them names at this point because this is just pathetic. But let's keep going. The publication adds that Tyrese's lawyer took his own initiative, claiming that Samantha positioned herself in the light that makes her appear to be a victim. Tyrese's lawyer claims that he was blindsided by Samantha's divorce case last year, especially because he had every intention of keeping the family together. Tyrese claimed that he gave Samantha $10,000 a month to spend on whatever it is she wanted. So let's talk about that, right? We just talked about the fact that, she's definitely going to go on this campaign to make her be positioned in the best light according to public opinion, right? But Tyrese was also providing her a $10,000 allowance to take care of everything that she needs to take care of herself and the child. Where the hell has that money gone? We already know the answer to that. But then wants to go out here and make Tyrese look like a bad dude when Tyrese is doing everything he needs to do what? Keep the family together, right? And that's the reason why you guys got to be careful of dealing with some of these women, because you can see Tyrese, he probably loves this woman. He wanted to have a kid with this woman. He wanted to build a family again, because we know he struck out in one other marriage. He was trying to get this one right. But yet and still, these types of women you got to be careful of, because they will try to do anything to get what it is they want. So let's keep going with the story. Samantha is now reportedly demanding as much as $20,000 a month for their 3-year-old daughter. Now, this is absolutely ludicrous. For one, you could be married to a woman for less than 4 years, right? And you got a 3-year-old child with this woman. So the question I have is, why the hell would Tyrese be sitting up here paying $20,000 for a 3-year-old? And he's been married to this lady for less than 4 years. And fellas, this is the part I want you guys to pay attention to, right? Now, do you want to know what this woman was asking for in court? Let's take a look at that if we show. I don't know if you guys can see this, but some people can see it on the screen. I know that some people may just be driving in their car listening to this, but this is basically outlining what she is asking for in this case, that she wants a grand total of $20,000. And I understand school, private school at that. Of course, Tyrese is not going to send his daughter to public school, right? Tyrese is going to be able to provide his daughter with the best thing that he possibly can. So he's probably going to send his daughter to private school, pay for nice accommodations for her to live in, clothes, all of these different things that children need. But how the hell do we get to $20,000 a month? Now, the question I have is simply this: why can't she leave the marriage with what it is that she absolutely came into the marriage with? Because we know the answer is absolutely nothing. And this is why fellas need to stay away from these type of women, or at least be more careful in situations like this. Because you can clearly see that this woman is crazy. This man was giving her $10,000 a month. Ain't no telling what the hell she was doing with the $10,000 a month. Now she has to go down to Fulton Court and Fulton County Court system and being able to ask for $20,000 a month. Are you freaking kidding me? And this is the reason why men are pulling away from marriage altogether, because of stuff like this. There is no way that this woman should deserve this type of money. And I even would argue more so, and passionately argue this, is that the courts need to start being involved with how this money is allocated. For instance, if I'm sending my kids to a school, and let's say that school costs $1,500 a month, I need to be able to receive receipts that it went $1,500 a month just for that type of school. Oh, you want to go out there and buy, let's say $500, $1,000 worth of clothes a month? I need to be able to see where that money is going to, because too often times these women are taking the money and not doing jack shit with it, especially for the kid. They will use all this money for themselves. And I absolutely guarantee that that is what this woman is trying to do. And I hope the court system says, you know what, we're throwing this motion out. She doesn't get anywhere near this amount, because this is a classic case of a woman who is trying to fleece her ex-husband. So let's keep going back to the story. So Tyrese claims that his wife left him while he was out of their home filming a movie. He recently told Hollywood Unlocked, I just wanted you to know that I'm still over here fighting the good fight, and I'm still crushed that so many things about Sam are being revealed to me. He added, it's unreal. Remember, she left me while I was out of town filming a movie and refused to return. You go and now you demand that you take my life with you. And this is what we are starting to see is just how crazy this woman is, that she made up this story about how he left her. It gets deeper, ladies and gentlemen. So she also asked the court to approve a special master and an emergency hearing when no such emergency existed. And like Tyrese just reiterated, in reality, she secretly packed her bags, moved out of the residence while Tyrese was filming a film in New Jersey. And then when they asked her about what the problem was, do you believe that this woman said that he worked too much? So this is a man who is out here making things happen for himself and put himself in a good position. Now I would argue that he made some bad decisions with some of these women that he's choosing to marry, but yet she is a woman that thinks that she is entitled to take his life. And keep in mind, this is a man that has another kid, and she doesn't care about that kid at all. The only thing that she cares is about getting as much money as she possibly can for herself and her daughter. Any previous children that Tyrese has, she don't give a damn about. And that's what's so shocking about this to me, is the fact that this woman is willing to go to this level to try to paint Tyrese like this when she leaves. And this is another reason why I believe, especially in a short-term marriage, if she leaves, she doesn't get absolutely anything. And the court system needs to start looking at that. There is no way that this man should be asked to even do all of this, given the fact that this woman is so trifling after she went out there and basically lied on this man. So, fellas, I just wanted to bring you guys a story, and just to know that one thing that makes modern women crazy is that when you pull your commitment away and then they see you with another woman, that's what all of this stuff is about. Now Tyrese has got him another one. I hope he does not marry this girl. Tyrese, bro, dude, no more marriage. No more marriage. You have tried your hardest, bro. No more. No more. Because you don't want to have to deal with this. But the fellas, the reason why I want to show you guys this is that you got to choose wisely. And when you pull your commitment away from a woman who desperately wanted it so much, a woman that was like, yo, I want you to go out there and be able to provide for me. But once you do that to the best of your abilities, and then she starts saying, oh, you're going too much, she doesn't appreciate that, and then you go get with another woman, especially a younger woman, she will burn everything down. So fellas, choose wisely out there. I'm out. Peace.